Hello everyone and welcome back. So in this video we are going to be learning something called decision control, and what that means is in the last video we talked about getting user input. So what we didn't see though is how can we use that input. So what I want to do now is based on what input the user gave, I need to do some action. So you'll understand what this means, but basically there come time when we need to see if the user has given me some X as input, I need to go here, and if the user has given me some Y as input, I need to go somewhere else. So that's what decision control means. We need to make decisions based on some existing factors, some existing conditions. So I've got a basic program written here, and I've actually even added a comment at the top. And when you do small simple programs, it's actually a very good practice to just add a comment at the top which describes what this program does. So let's just now do something here. um, let's just make a character. Sorry about that. We'll make a character C, and let's just print a message. And I'm going to print a message saying, do you like C programming? And I'll just say that the answer needs to be a Y or an N in lowercase. And let's just go to a new line here. And next I want to do a scanf, and I want to take the user input here, so I'll write a person C and C here. So what we have now is that the user has either entered Y or he has entered an N. So now what I want to do is I want to check whether C contains Y or N, and the way to do that is using the if keyword. I just need to write an if followed by parentheses, and remember that these things which we earlier used to call brackets are called parentheses, and that's what I'm going to be calling them. So within these parentheses we need to add some condition. So what we need to check if C is the character Y, and when checking with characters, remember to add these single quotes around it. So this is a variable and this is a character. So we are checking whether C contains Y, but the way it works in programming is us doing something like a equals 5 means that we are trying to assign the value 5 to the variable a, but it's not actually checking whether a is already equal to 5, it just assigns a value. So this equal to is known as an assignment operator. What we need to do to check equality is use a double equals here. So that's what we are going to do. So this statement now actually checks whether C is equal to Y or not, and it gives us a return of a true or a false. And as far as C is concerned, a false means a 0 and a true means any non-zero value. So that's just something that I want you to remember for later. But after this, what I need to do is add a pair of braces. So again, these curly brackets right here are called braces, and that's what I'm going to be calling them. And what these braces do is they define the block of the if, and you'll see what I mean in just a minute. So let's just do a printf here, and let's just type amazing, and let's just go ahead and outside these braces do printf again, and let's just type something like prints always. So let's go ahead and actually run this program, and I'll explain it in a while. So let's just do gcc decision control .c -o decision control .exe and decision control here. So now it has asked me a question, do you like C programming? And I can answer in a Y or an N, and it's actually right now waiting for me to enter something. So let's just first hit a Y and hit enter. And this actually gave me some unexpected result, and let's just look for what's wrong with this program. And alright, so I forgot to add an ampersand here. Don't ever do that. So let's just go ahead and compile it, and let's just write decision control, and once again let me enter Y and hit enter. So it says amazing, and it says prints always. Actually, for convenience, let's just add a \n at the end of all of these, and let's just get back to this. So if I hit Y, it says amazing, and then it says prints always. And let's just run this again and hit N, and it didn't print amazing, but it just printed prints always anyways. So the reason for that is because this printf right here is outside of these braces. So what these braces do is they define the number of statements that need to be executed only if this condition right here is true. So if I actually add some other printf here, and I just say that's great and \n again. So this statement right here is going to be executed only if this condition is true. So these braces are set to define the block of this if statement, and these statements are set to be inside the block. So that's one thing, and another thing is actually using an else with this if. So the way to do that is at the very end of this brace, just write an else, and once again give it braces here which define the block of else. And here let's just say printf, you'll start liking it with time. That's what I want to print here. So let's just go back, let's clear this and run this again, and let's just hit a Y once just to be sure, and this time let's just hit an N. So this time it says you'll start liking it with time, and then it says prints always. So what's going on here is it first checks this condition, and if the condition is true, it goes here, does these things. If the condition is not true, however, it goes right here into this else, and it executes this statement right here. And as you remember, this statement is going to be executed anyways. So this is it about the basics of decision control. I hope this makes some things clear. And one last point I want to mention before ending this video is that if you forget to add these braces, only the very next line, so this first line after the if, is considered to be within the block of if. So preferably, just for a start, don't forget to add these braces. Add them every time, even if it's just one line like I have right here. and later you can actually start skipping these braces. So that was the last point, and I hope this clears the basics of decision control. This is a very important concept in programming, and we'll be talking more about this in the next video. So I'll see you there.